to yes on what you're looking for.
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all of these people's lives over the course of time. I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked?
I do think that worked. Dawn, everybody, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And we'll start with some introductions here today. And team, for some reason, we're missing like some roles. I don't know why, but if we can get those up there. But let's kick it off with from Miami, Florida, med tech consultant in Florida who transitioned into AI after 22 years providing bodywork and pain management services. Professional background including long-term medical office management, consulting, and supporting practitioners with technology that aggregates labs and biometric data across devices, works with Heads Up Health, its sister company at Ira AI, helping practices integrate foundational AI solutions and patent tracking capabilities. Let's welcome to the show, Tara Duque. Hello, Tara. Welcome. And we kick the show off with a fun fact, Tara. So this fun fact is it's a headline, not a story. So it's not like, back in 1989 when I learned how to ski, my father taught me. But last year I went to the most amazing place. Like, it's not that story. It's like a headline last year I went to the most amazing place skiing. Like whatever that headline fun fact is, like 10 words versus 10 sentences. And Tara, it's like something that would make us go, like, it could be something you're proud of, something cool you've done, something like astronomical, but something, Tara, that would make us go, Tara, no way. So, Tara, what is your headline fun fact?
Oh, I wish I would have known this question was coming. I think my headline fun fact is that I moved from Chicago to Miami for the tropical weather. But 2 years ago, got a chance to go to Norway, and I could totally be a hermit in the mountains hunting for reindeer and seal the rest of my life. But nobody knows that because I go to raves and party with my grown kids and am like such a city gal.
Raves by day, hunting for reindeer by night. This is a season 2 on reindeer. That is super fun. Tara, are you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
I am. Thank you.
Awesome. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. Next up from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, guides a nurturing practice that supports healing relationships with food through compassionate, non-judgmental nutritional consulting, helps individuals release shame around eating and body image, reclaiming ease, freedom, and self-trust. Create safe spaces in person and online where every story is honored and every small victory is celebrated. That is beautiful background. Let's welcome Carrie McCarthy. Hello, Carrie. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Carrie, your fun fact, please.
Thank you for having me. I guess my fun fact is I come from a huge family. My mom is one of 9, and I'm the youngest of 26 first grandchildren.
Wow, youngest of 26 grandchildren. And they're your grandchildren. Does that make them all your cousins, or is that second cousins?
Those are just my cousins. And then I don't even know how many second cousins at this point.
Oh my goodness. And do you know everybody's name?
I know everyone's name. Yes.
That is impressive. Big families, I think, are so impressive because it seems like big families are like less and less, like, as new generations come up, like those big families aren't.
Keep kids, and my husband's like, nope, we're done.
He's done. No more kids for you guys. But Carrie, that is absolutely beautiful. And you ready to have some fun on the Heart of Influence?
I am. Thank you.
Well, welcome. Next up, from Plantation, Florida, 20 plus years transforming practices from $500 into services with 10K plus treatment plans, scaling startups, reviving established clinics with precision, blending medical aesthetics and dentistry into one strategic growth engine. Workflow whisper and patent experience architect tripled production within 18 months across multiple Fort Lauderdale-based teams. Let's welcome to the show, Dina Alvarez. Dina, welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Dina, your fun facts, please.
Thank you for having me as well. I have 6 dogs, 3 pounds to 110 pounds.
6 dogs. Was it 3 pounds to what?
110.
110 pounds. I cannot even imagine.
Yes.
All indoor, outdoor animals?
Indoor.
All indoor animals. That is impressive. Dina, I have so many questions. As a dog person myself, I have one Doberman that is the love of my life. So I completely understand, but I don't know if I can handle 6. But Dina, that is impressive. Welcome to the Heart of Influence.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And let's go. Now, I'm going to apologize in advance if I mispronounce your name because you were not in the green room. So I'm going to make an introduction. If I mispronounce your name, I am completely apologize. But from West Palm Beach, Florida, a retirement planning specialist, author, and fiduciary whose mission is to protect, educate, and empower, not just with finances, but with clarity, trust, and heart. As a mentorship chair of a thriving Florida referral family, he builds ecosystems that feel more like deep friendships than business. Driven by service over self, he believes true greatness lives in those willing to serve most and lives with the belief that in every single day. Let's welcome to the show, Schubert. And is it Schubert? Did I pronounce it correct?
Well, you did a fantastic job. So great job, Bella.
Beautiful.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Dawn for inviting me. She just sent me a text because I was a few minutes late for the show. So I apologize. Fun fact about me is at the gym, I usually blazing some really heavy metal, and people would not believe that I would have that in my ear. So that's my fun fact.
Some heavy metal. What's your favorite heavy metal band, Schubert?
I mean, I go through different ones. The last one is what's the name? can't recall the name right off the top of my head, but I'll tell you before the end of the show. I'll look
All
it
right.
up.
Well, we'll come back
Sing a
to the
line. Sing a line from the song.
well, we will come back to that, Don. We will come back to that, Schubert. Gonna bring some heavy metal. If you can find the song, maybe our team can play it as
Yeah,
we go
I'll
out.
I don't know if you guys want to hear that, but I'll play it up and I'll play it before in a few minutes. Give me a minute.
Beautiful. Welcome, Schubert, to the Heart of Influence. Rolling with Schubert and his heavy metal from Sunrise, Florida. Functional pediatrician with 8+ years in medicine, merging clinical rigor with advanced neurofocused care for children. Founded his independent practice this past summer, a pioneer in brain health for children with autism, anxiety, and depression, shifting the paradigm to change the way people are seen, heard, and truly cared for. Having saved thousands of families, now driving custom diagnostic lifestyle and regenerative protocols, building sustainable systems to scale impact and redefine pediatric care. Let's welcome to the show, Dr. Taylor Hathaway. Dr. Taylor Hathaway, how do you prefer that we refer to you? Dr. Taylor, Dr. Hathaway, Taylor, Hathaway, or something else?
Any of those is just fine. With patients, I'm Dr. Taylor, but none of you are my patients. You're welcome to call me Taylor.
Well, we'll still honor you as the doc in the house, Dr. Taylor. Welcome to the Heart of Influence. And Dr. Taylor, your fun fact, or Taylor.
Yeah. Last October, my dad and I hiked the Grand Canyon rim to rim in one day.
Wow.
Like 21 or 22 miles, something like that.
And how long did that take?
Took a long time. It was like 17 hours or something.
Oh my goodness, that sounds absolutely impressive and absolutely horrific at the same time. But congratulations to you and your dad. What a beautiful bonding moment for you and your dad. So thank you so much for sharing that today. And are you ready to have some fun?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's do it. Next, the woman who brought us all together today from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, once told she had the bones of a 90-year-old and became the bone alchemist, rebuilding her strength, opening 2 OsteoStrong centers in South Florida, empowering others to restore vitality, prevent fractures, and optimize musculoskeletal health through science-backed drug-free solutions, helping people live strong, active, vibrant lives until their final breath. Let's welcome to her show, Dawn Holy. Miss Dawn Holy, your fun fact on your show today, please.
So my fun fact for today is one time I was paddleboarding and I got to see a manatee. Sometimes you get to see, pods of manatees swimming around. And I saw a baby and I was kind of following it. And the mom came and knocked the tip of my board up, kind of telling me, get away, move on. It was pretty startling, but just amazing.
Beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful, Dawn. Thank you so much for that fun fact. And are you ready to have some fun on your show?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Having fun.
Let's do it. I will introduce myself. My name is Bella Verita. I am your host for today. And I started my entrepreneurial journey at 8 years old when I was selling crafts on my parents' front lawn. And I had an incredible business model because my parents would take me to Michael's. They would buy all my supplies. I would build these wreaths. I would sell them, and I got to keep all the profits. Not quite how business worked today, but as an 8-year-old, it was very profitable. But then I transitioned at 18. I was introduced to a network marketing company. By the time I was 19 years old, I was a top income earner with that company. And when that company shut down, I went into commercial real estate in Las Vegas. I was the #1 business broker in the state of Nevada, the first woman ever and the youngest woman ever to do so. I am a skier, surfer, scuba diver, all in my fun time. And last year, I right, or 2 years ago, I helped the team raise nearly $10 million for charity in 2 years. And my fun fact is, I also used to sell drugs, and now I'm an ordained pastor. So I've gone from drug dealer to God dealer in my life. Thank you for that. And on that note, so we've made some introductions, and now we get to have some fun, because Plato said, a good friend of Dawn's, said, play a game with me for an hour and we will learn more about each other than if we speak for a year. So we created this fun game to get to know each other, because this show is designed so that you guys can meet each other, so you can see if there's more you want to do together. And we do that through a fun game, because all business is built on a shared experience. So we're here having a shared experience. But if you cannot cause yes, you cannot build, grow, and scale a business. So that's what we're doing here today, having some fun with causing yes. What that will look like is Dawn will be in the role player seat. We've got Tara and Carrie. Dawn will be anyone that you would like her to be, that you would like to go from hello to yes with. She can be a philanthropic partner. She could be a book publisher, a movie publisher, a client that you want to say yes to, an ideal client, or anywhere in between. And this is not like Wolf of Wall Street. This is not like Wolf of Wall Street meets Boiler Room. It's simply yes for a longer meeting. And so that you're going to have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes with Dawn in any fashion that you want. Again, it could just be for a longer meeting. So Dawn, who would you like to kick it off with, please?
So let's start out with Tara.
Tara, beautiful. Tara, who would you like Dawn to be?
I would love Dawn to be a decision maker at a multi-location clinic.
Decision maker at a multi-location clinic. And Dawn, you'll take us in the event that I'm not back. When Tara's done, you'll just roll into Carrie. But Dawn, take us in.
Okay. All right. So you called me Tara?
Okay.
Yes, you'll start. Hello, this is Dawn.
Now.
Hello, this is Dawn.
Hi, Dawn. So nice to meet you. Thank you for taking my call. I just wanted to touch in with you to see how the multi-location management is going. I know in your neck of the woods, you have a high volume, and there's probably a lot of patients that are looking for your services. So I just wanted to talk to you about how we can help you drive some engagement.
Yeah, it's a lot. Met, several locations. I, really don't know which way to turn sometimes. I just kind of don't know what my priority should be sometimes. So yeah, it's a lot.
Are you using AI to help you with any of this workflows, either internally or just to like answer questions that people are asking a lot?
So no, not yet. I keep hearing about AI, but it's really intimidating to me. It's something so new. So no, no, but I feel like, it might be able to help, but then I know I don't like to talk to AI personally. So I don't know. I'm just really confused.
I totally understand that. And I hear that I think our generation, as of now, has had such horrible experiences with the press one and trying to find out, how do I speak to a real person? So I will ensure you, really what we're looking at is helping practices wrap their arms around how they can use it. And start by, like, if I could wave a magic wand, what would be like one task a day that you feel would just be so nice not to have to do?
Oh, are you asking me that right now?
Yeah.
Rescheduling clients that have to move their appointments. That's probably that would be a big help.
And who, I guess in that sense, they need a phone call. They're not using like a rescheduling link that's, probably somewhere, but they need a phone call.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's such a great example. And that's going to save you time really get that engagement, get those people in the door, because that's what you want, right? You want them to reschedule when they're really going to show up. So that's one of the things that we can talk about and look at how we can also patient facing, so your end user, so to say, or your whoever's on the other end of the phone, whether it's a customer, client, or patient. We can also talk about some conversational AIs that just answer a lot of like the frequently asked questions about your programs, about what you're offering. And that way, when they get on the call, they're already a little step ahead. They have some background knowledge and they can actually, you can dive in a little bit deeper. Would that be helpful?
Yeah, is that when would they be listening to that instead of hold music?
They could. They definitely could. That's one of the great creative things about AI is that we can actually have it interject in different areas that make sense, you know. So I'd love to schedule another phone call with you or possibly meet in person. Would you be open to that next week?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely would be.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you
right.
for your time. I was like looking at the timer. Thank you for the time.
I wasn't even looking. How long was that?
I was asking you exactly about next week when the timer was going down to like the last second. So
No, that was really, really good. Okay. All righty. Love that. Okay, so the next person, and so judges, you're all getting ready for feedback because we're going to do feedback in a little while. And the next participant, is it you, Taylor? I can't see. You're kind of cut off. Oh no, it's Carrie. Okay. All right, Carrie, you're up.
Okay.
So what is the scenario you want me to go from
Okay,
here?
so I'm gonna have you be the mother of a child who is calling to find an outpatient dietitian to treat their eating disorder.
Okay. All right. So, hello. Hi, this is Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. This is Carrie with Namaste Nourished. How can I help you?
So, Carrie, I'm kind of at my wit's end right now. I'm really struggling to help my daughter, and I'm super, super confused about the different programs, what might be the best program for my daughter. All I want to do is help her, but there's just so many confusing options. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, Dawn, I know it can be so overwhelming when you're first trying to reach out and find treatment for your daughter. We know that eating disorders don't only affect the person who's suffering from it, they're affecting the whole family. So I imagine that you're going through a lot right now, and I want to help you through that. Can I ask how old your daughter is?
So she's 18.
Okay, so she's 18, and is she's still living at home with you? Is she in college?
She's living at home, but she's getting ready to go away to college. And that's what's really scaring me because I feel like, you know, we're paying attention and, we're super involved now, but I don't know what's going to happen, when she's not at home.
And what we know is that eating disorders really do take advantage of any times of transition. So it would really be important to get her outpatient team set up so that she has a really strong foundation, has her people that she feels connected to before she goes off to school. Does she currently have a therapist?
She has been talking to somebody, but it hasn't really been very effective.
Okay. And so, that person I can find out in the future may or may not be an eating disorder specialist. But if we get started, the initial session will really just be a lot of information gathering. It's a lot. Sometimes we can be viewed as the food people. So we work on the physical, emotional, and behavioral components of the relationship with food. And so the behavioral piece is going to be shared between myself and the therapist. I will get a release of information to collaborate with that therapist, and you as the parent, your family will all be involved because we follow a family-based therapy approach with eating disorders. Do you think you would like to bring her in for that initial session so we can get connected and make sure that we're a good fit?
Well, yeah, but how does the fact that she's 18, like, I don't really.
Is
how's
at
that
that
all
tough
going?
age where, right, there's that technical piece that technically
Yeah.
she is an adult. And also at the same time, we know that she's still not fully independent and still relying on her family. So we still recommend that you're going to bring her in. But when it comes to the paperwork and all of that, she is going to have to fill that out. Do you feel that might be a barrier?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I mean, because she's pushing back. She's really, so anything that makes it hard, might trip her up.
Absolutely. I understand. So I'd recommend two things. One of which we could either have a discovery call where we virtually meet for 15 minutes and she can join, and that would be no pressure, just so that she can meet, me and see what I'm about and then come in. Or if you've ever been in her therapy session, if that's a thing, you could discuss with the therapist if that's a possibility, and try to set a hard boundary of, we need you to do this in order for you to go to school.
Oh, okay. That's all right. You're the expert. I'm not, so I'm gonna defer to you and her therapist. So, but I'm feeling very confident in your knowledge, and so I think that's probably the way to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Beautiful job. Carrie got the tail end of that. Thank you, Tara. And now we get to the feedbackers, otherwise known as judges. Judges, this is the time in the show that we get to give back in the form of feedback. So it's going to be 30 seconds of feedback for either Tara or Carrie, something that they did great, something that they could do to improve, and then what is one word on how they left you feeling, one word on how they left you feeling. So let's kick it out with Schubert. Schubert, how about, if you'd like to unmute for us, please, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Tara?
Well, I think Tara was very personable and was able to build rapport and get the job done.
Beautiful.
I
And what
think
is
I know
one?
it's short, but it's basically what it is. She did a fantastic job.
Beautiful. And what is one word on how Tara left you feeling?
If I was the person at the other end of the phone, I would feel comfortable, doing business with her.
Beautiful, comfortable. Love that, Schubert. And how about Dina? Dina, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Carrie?
I loved how she had such detailed explanation for every question that Dawn had. Like that's huge. Communication is such a big part, especially in the sensitive topic that she works in, not only like on the nutrition side, but also, on the eating disorders as well, so that was huge. So I love the detail that she gave. I think for her, like she just made me feel like if I had a situation in this case, like she'd be the first person I'd want to go to for my children. And I have two girls, which majority of the time that's, the direction that, some majority of girls go to. But I like the whole nutrition fact, but I also love the detail because I'm a big like who, what, where, when, why. And Dawn got all those answers, all those questions answered.
Beautiful. Love
Yeah.
that. Thank you for that, Dina.
You're welcome.
And let's go, Taylor. Taylor, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Tara?
I liked that she was bringing up specific context, like what it would specifically look like with the specific example, and how did she make me feel? I guess reassured, like that she knows, I guess knows her stuff.
Reassured. Love that, Taylor. That's beautiful. And let's go, Dawn. Dawn, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Carrie, please?
So Carrie did an amazing job at at making me feel comfortable in a situation that I think would have been a very uncomfortable, fraught with emotion scenario, and got me to move forward to the next meeting. And the way she made me feel was confident in her abilities and reassured.
Whoa, confident and reassured. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Feedback. Dawn, and Dawn, you know what time it is. This is the time in the show that I usually get to put my co-host on the hot seat in a scenario that he has no idea about, because I make them up as the show's been going on. But since he's not here today, Dawn, you get to put me on a hot seat, in a scenario I have no idea about. So what scenario do you have for me today that you would like to see me go from hello to yes?
Okay, so what I would like to see you go to hello to yes on is convincing my 18-year-old daughter that it's a great idea to start making dinner for the family one night a week, including going and getting all the food and preparing it, but it has to be a good, nutritious, sit down to dinner meal.
This is super fun. We haven't done a parent child scenario in a very long time. And Dawn, who would you like to play your 18-year-old daughter?
Let's have Dina.
Dina, you for playing?
She deals with this, I'm sure.
Dina, are you up for this role?
Yes, I am. I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Awesome. Let's do it. So let's go. All right, let's we've already said we're gonna sit down and talk about some things. So
yes, perfect.
Dina, I want to say, first of all, as I know as your parent, your least favorite thing in the whole wide world is to sit down and have a conversation. I know you're busy. I know you have much cooler things going on in your life than sitting down and having a conversation with your good old mom. But I want you to know how much I appreciate it. And we'll make this as fun as possible and as least painful as possible. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Awesome. So, Dina, honey, we have talked about just some structure changes, some things we want to change around the house. I know you're not super excited about those changes, but are you open to having a conversation of, I think, how some of those changes might actually serve you?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So let me ask you, honey. You're 18 years old and you're gonna be, leaving the house soon. And you've talked about eventually wanting to get married and, have your own family. I know that's not what you're thinking about now, but you have talked about someday in the future you want to be married. Is that still on your heart and mind?
No.
No. You don't want to be married anymore?
No.
Are you gonna live solo, or kind of tell me just what do you see now?
I just want to travel for a little while before I even think about all that stuff. Before I did think about that, but now I'm changing my mind, it's one day I want to move and be settled and enjoy my life, but then the next minute I'm I want to be free and travel the world. So that's what I'm going to do for now.
And that is a beautiful thing. And when you go and you experience different countries, how do you see yourself experiencing, different places that you travel? So if you go to somewhere new, what are some of the things that you'll want to do and experience?
The history, the hot spots to go out and meet new people, and the food.
Huh.
So I don't have to cook.
And the food so you don't have to cook.
Yeah.
So but going out to eat all the time is very expensive, right?
Yes.
And so who's going to be paying for all these meals out you're going to have?
Myself. I'm going to have a job, I think, depending on where I'm going.
You're going to you're going to travel the world, somehow have a job that'll afford you to eat out. So honey, can we have a little bit more of a reality conversation? Is that okay? And eating definitely, but I do hear you want to experience food. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I know we have a limited time right now, but are you open to a longer conversation about how we can incorporate how you want to taste different foods into our daily life, into our lives here, and maybe start to explore different ideas of start exploring, maybe different countries here. Like if you want to go to Italy, maybe we have an Italian dinner one night. And, we've had conversations in the past about, you taking on the responsibility of one meal a week. And what if we make that fun and we pick like a different country or a different ethnicity each week, and we start exploring different foods of how you might also, while you're traveling, be able to make yourself some own meals. Because I promise you this, honey, you probably will not be able to afford to eat out every single meal. And we want to get you prepared for, as you do travel, how you can make some meals at home and start here in our home. So how does that resonate or not, to continue to have a longer conversation about that?
I would love to do that because I love to experience the food atmosphere, and I think cooking it would be fun. Yeah,
Awesome.
I would do that.
Beautiful. So let's continue to have that conversation. Great job, Dina, playing the role of an 18-year-old. Dawn, you set that scenario. How was that for you, and what did you notice?
That was amazing. Because I don't think it can be any harder sometimes. And Dina, you did an amazing job of
Thank
playing
you.
that role for sure. And Bella, loved the way you're listening and continuing to, figure out what it was that, would make it something that Dina wanted, and saw where it was a good fit for her. So that was very masterful. Thank you, Bella.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And for everybody, we teach here at Unblinded, there's the unblinded formula, formerly the Caligie results formula, and it's all about influence mastery, 4 steps, 4 energies, and 12 indispensable elements. And I was asking our 18-year-old like questions, and and she completely threw me for a loop. I'm like, no, I'm not answering, because I was gonna go, like being able to cook for your husband. And, she's like, no, I'm not interested in that anymore. So it's finding out what she is interested in, and, and making it something that would be meaningful to her, which is exploring different countries. So if she's going to have to be in charge of making dinner every night, why not make a map of everywhere she wants to go? And then each week it's like a dish from that area. So then it's something that she wants to do. And any yes that we seek in business is about finding what the why is for them. So great job, Dina.
Right.
And Dina, how was that
Thank
for
you. It was great. I mean, my kids are exactly like that. One week they're like, "Hey, I want to go snowboarding," and the next week they're like, "No, never mind, I'm going to the beach." I'm like, "Okay." So food is the same. One minute I'm starving, but then if I tell them they have to cook, they're like, "Forget it, I'm not hungry." So it's the same. You know what I mean? So, but you made it easy where you gave me like all detail, all explanation, all whys on why I would want to do X, Y, Z in cooking, the countries, the kind of food, the differences. So it made me more interested, so it pulled me in more. So I appreciated that.
Well, thank you for that, Dina. And Dina, how was your experience overall on the Heart of Influence?
I actually liked it. I've never been on one of these before, so I was a little like nervous at first, and then I'm like, oh my God, this was a lot of fun. It was really great to meet everyone, and meet you as well. But to know like you can definitely do this and have fun with it and get your yes is pretty impressive. You did a great job too, Bella.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
that. And Dina, fantastic to have you here today. Thank you.
Thank
Let's go to
you.
Taylor. Taylor, thank you for being here. Excellent job in the feedbacker's seat. And Taylor, how was your experience overall on the Heart of Influence today?
It was good. I liked hearing the different examples, and you had a very upbeat one that made me think about the way I interact with family. So it was good.
That is awesome. Well, Taylor, thank you so much for being here. And let's go, Schubert. Schubert, thank you for being here. Thank you for kicking us off into the judges' seat by giving feedback. And Schubert, how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
It was, I mean, Dawn didn't quite tell me what to expect, but the experience was good. It was a lot of fun seeing a lot of people doing this role playing, seeing you trying to convince a teenager as to why she should be cooking instead of thinking about traveling the world and thinking getting a job there, whereas she have no work permit, nowhere, no credentials that's gonna allow her to get a job. So it was really interesting to say the least.
Beautiful. Very, very interesting. And Schubert, this show is designed, it's not designed to be like the best hour of your entire life, but it is designed to be better than like a networking meeting at a coffee shop or a diner, because each person here was intentionally brought here. You were intentionally invited by Dawn to be here to maybe build a relationship to do more with Dawn, or maybe to build relationships to do more with each other. There are intersections. And just like anytime you first meet each other, it's designed to have a little bit more fun than, a diner, giving your 30-second pitch or whatever. Definitely more fun than that. But where it goes from here is definitely up to each one of you. And Dawn's going to help facilitate that. And then we do have some gifts for you in the chat to help facilitate that. So, don't make this an hour that you just like got on that thing one time. Is, actually build relationships with each other. Let's build relationships together so we can do more together. So thank you, Schubert, for being here
I
today.
know you're taking ice cream.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for being here. And let's go, Tara. Tara kicking us off into the participant seat. That's not an easy role. Did a fantastic job. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
I was so nervous all day. So it was really nice to have this warm circle of people here. And it was really cool. Dawn, thank you for piecing this together and including me. I've known Dawn for a couple years, and I just have so much respect for her, always as an entrepreneur, a mom. And this example was so perfect because I'm now living with my grown child. And it would be really nice to have him, do one meal a week. So I'm going to take this. I'm bringing this home.
That is awesome.
Right now. And I also I've been doing one conference to another, like mega networking events where it's like 30 seconds, just like, can we help you? Is this a good fit? Is there any alignment? So, so this was perfect. Like just being able to, and I honestly, in my past experience, I've hated role playing. It's always like something that I'm like, oh, do I have to do this? But now it's like it gave me a really nicer experience to like, okay, that was in the past. You were doing like other stuff, and now is now. So thank you.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that, Tara. So happy we could be of service today. And let's go, Carrie. Carrie, thank you also for being in the participant seat. Masterful job. You're doing incredible work in the world. And how was your time overall on the Heart of Influence?
Thank you. Yeah, it was great. I think it's always good to allow yourself to be vulnerable and show up. And I think that's how we grow, and you just never know who you're going to meet. And I'm so grateful that I met with Dawn and she came to an event professionally that I was able to host a few nights ago. And, it's great being on here with other people who are wanting to grow. It's just good energy. So I'm grateful to be here and to have met everybody.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Carrie. Absolutely beautiful job. Dawn, you brought all of these people here together today. Phenomenal job. And what would you like to share with everybody in final?
So I just want to say thank you to everybody, because it's obvious that everybody on here today is very growth minded and definitely heart-centered and looking forward to figuring out other ways that we can work together and bring this work forward in the world, because we definitely need more heart-centered people out there spreading the word and bringing all of our great work to everybody. And so really looking forward to sharing in that with all of you.
Absolutely, Dawn. And it's not an easy role to bring people together like this. And Dawn did that because she thought she saw more that you could do with each other. So definitely have a follow-up conversation with Dawn and have that follow-up conversation with their team, because they can help in support of like, what's the more we could do together. It will not be a waste of your time, I promise. And, every show is unique and every show brings its individual value. And the show was born so that people who wouldn't normally meet each other can meet each other. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for being here. And Dawn, absolutely phenomenal job at bringing together a really incredible group of individuals where there are intersections of being able to do more together. And from Unblinded, we've left some gifts in the chat for you. These are not throwaways. They're a VIP bundle. Say our thank you for coming in, a book and a business acceleration session. So definitely, and also our artificial intelligence called ActI. You can have a conversation with one of our agents. That phone number is in the chat as well. Definitely take advantage. Like, just be curious, take advantage and see what it's all about. Because we've had over 8,000 guests on this very show that we've continued to build relationships with, like we're doing here in studio today with Magic Johnson. So want to say thank you, everybody, for being here today. And on behalf of Dawn, Sean, everybody in Blinded, we like to end every show by saying there is so much opportunity right in front of us, but sometimes we are all blind and just learning to see. Bye-bye, everyone.